And you're officially
Oh,
live.
awesome. Hello, everybody. This is the first time I've hosted a live event, and I'm really awesome to have Jennifer. And Jennifer is with HVAC Chicks, and she does some really, really awesome stuff. And I'm so excited that my very first hosted live is with Jennifer. She's done this many times, has so many great things to share. Just give people a few minutes to tune in.
Yep.
Jennifer, how is your day going?
It's going well, actually. I have the day off, so that's always a good thing.
Awesome.
Happens so rarely.
All right, I'm gonna check the Facebook to see if I'm running live or not. Let's see.
Showing live on my end.
Perfect, fantastic. So I don't know where the comments are gonna. I guess we're gonna post here on the side, like I say, first time. So let's
Yep.
get started.
All
Jennifer,
right.
tell us about yourself. Tell us about the awesome things that you're doing.
So basically, I am a service tech and mechanical engineer from Maine. I work at Valeriani Air Conditioning. I am a co-owner. And on top of that, I am women's ambassador for Skill Cat app, and I own HVA Chicks Coalition. So basically at HVA Chicks, what we do is it started out as a group of women that kind of wanted to help each other in the trades. We started to find each other online and started talking about the, trials and tribulations of being a woman in this field, which there are many, just as there are for men. But kind of we connected on that aspect and decided that there needs to be more help. So we decided to be that help. So basically, we are a group of women who we work with manufacturers, we work with trade schools, we work with all kinds of different coalitions, and we're able to offer resources to women in the trades. So that's how it started out. So right now, we're able to offer help with childcare to most states, and we're able to offer free training to all women and youth and men, anybody in the trades. It's expanded to anybody at this point. And now, starting this year in January, we just started the coalition phase. So basically, we work with a couple of group homes that work with kids who have been phased out of the foster care system in our state and now in New Hampshire as well. So we basically reach out to them and we give them all of our training materials for free, and they reach back out to us when they have a kid who's interested in getting into the trades. So right now we have a 19-year-old girl and we have two 23-year-old boys who are trying to get into HVAC. They are doing all the free training. I'm training them in person twice a month. And basically, it's expanding to other states faster than I ever could have imagined. So we have all kinds of resources we can offer to any youth or woman or even, grown man in the trade who's been in this trade for 50 years. So it's pretty awesome.
That is there was so much to unpack in that little segment you just said. There was so many golden nuggets. So how did you get started in deciding to start this coalition of yours? How did that come about?
So I have 6 kids and I homeschool all of them, and I own a free community homeschool as well. So when I first got into this trade, I was hard up for childcare, as you can imagine, and I was scared and I had nobody to talk to. I was the first licensed service technician in Maine. That's a female. So it was tough and I didn't have anyone to talk to. So I started kind of looking for other women that could mentor me. And those women really gave me something. They gave me value and they gave me courage, and I wanted to give that too. So I started just reaching out and, in all the different women's groups saying, if you need somebody, call me. I'm right here. I mean, I troubleshoot on the phone at 2 a.m. with people in different states at this point. Really, the only reason I started it was to give women a sense of togetherness the way that the men in this trade have that sense of togetherness, that brotherhood, sisterhood.
That is absolutely awesome. That is absolutely, and you're not just helping, we're helping everybody. I see you all the time helping out, reaching out to people, and you're really helping bringing people together. But it's so true. The men, we just take this for granted that we just have this brotherhood and we have people we can contact. And the women don't have that in a lot of places. And I strongly support women. I'm always crossing that trying to balance that line between supporting women, but not speaking for them. So I'm always saying to people, talk to a female in the trade and listen. Ask and then listen and see what's going on, because there's different things. And I'm not going to try to say all the things that I've heard, but it really opened my eyes. I really am a huge supporter of Women in HVAC, the organization, and all the things I've learned a massive about from that. And then what you're doing is super awesome, like bringing the people together, the mentorship, and then you're also getting people their GEDs. That's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, so we can offer diplomas, GEDs, full EPA licensing, all of that, for everything's free. And we can do it remotely right from here. So
Free. Man, that's right there in my price range for free.
Yeah.
So you're helping out the trade, helping people out. I mean, it just doesn't get any better than that. How did you get started in HVAC?
So my husband has been in the trade for 29 years. He started out at 13 sweeping shop. So I was on the other end of it for a long time. I was the at-home wife, trying to balance my own career and all of the kids. And you know how HVAC is. He was never around. He was never home. And basically, and I always say this because I think it's so funny that like I actually made such a big decision based on it, but I was just sick of not seeing him. So I stumbled upon SkillCat one day and went through the whole program, was one of the first students to graduate, and decided I wanted to also be a mechanical engineer. And so I just did it. I just went for it, I guess. And so now I guess that's the biggest part was I'm a courageous person when it comes to change. I'm one of those people that can just jump right into something, but there aren't a lot of people like that, especially women. So that's where I'm at. I want everybody to be able to experience it and, cut the fear out of it and let them know that they're not alone.
And we were going to do this last night, but last night you were working on a boiler.
Yes, and I'm actually on maternity leave, so that was interesting. Yeah.
So, I mean, and I see your pictures all the time. If you're not following Jennifer, follow her on all the social media platforms. And she's out there working. She's doing the stuff. A lot of people are like, oh, yeah, but does she really work in the field? Yes, she does. And she knows not only the hands-on side of it, but also the technical side. She's also helping people out, giving advice, tons of great advice. And I really, I love the trivia that you do. And hey, did you know this? Did you know that? That was super cool, making people think and the ideas and the fun stuff. And you really make learning fun on top of helping people and working in a trade and having a business and be a mom and all these other things. You're still helping people. It's absolutely awesome.
Yeah. So I always tell people that all of those things that I do, all of them revolve around helping people. So I think especially with the trivia, so there's so much untouched in this field, in this industry. There are so many partnerships to be made and so much networking to be done. And then there's also like this whole realm of knowledge. Like we as HVAC techs are smart people. We have to be able to chase down a problem and then solve it, regardless of if anyone helps us or not. That's a hard thing to do. Even one system can, take your whole life away from you for weeks if you're not on top of it. So I think the trivia, especially, it keeps people on their toes, but it also keeps them thinking about those things that they learned in school and not forgetting them. And then like all these regulation changes. And then I try to do trivia about those too, because we really have to be on top of that. Those are fines that are to be had if we're not on top of it. So I kind of just take the little nuggets that I use with my kids in homeschool and I transfer that to the HVAC field and it works. People love it.
It really does. It really does. So if there's somebody out there that wants to, they need to they want to join your organization, they want to see what's out there, how can they get in touch? How can they connect with you?
Okay, so they can connect with me. I am HVAC Chicks Jennifer everywhere. On TikTok, on Insta, on Facebook. I am HVAC Chicks everywhere. Even on Snapchat, I'm HVAC Chicks. So that is a trademarked logo. So if you Google HVAC Chicks, you'll find me. It's that easy. You can always reach out to somebody else in the trade. There's always somebody who knows who I am. I do a lot of networking. If you are somebody that wants free training or that, wants to utilize the resources that HVAC Chicks has to offer, let me know that. There's so much that I can offer. And right now, my biggest trial is getting it out there, is getting it to the people, because now I have access to it and I just need to transfer it to those people who need it. So if you need anything in this trade, if there's anything that you need to be able to continue in your trade, or you want to, get higher learning in it, reach out to me. I will absolutely help you and you won't have to pay a dime ever. And then if you want to help with the coalition, reach out to me and let me know that too, because right now I've expanded to every state in the United States. So I need somebody with the HVAC Chicks logo on their back in every single state. So reach out to me so you can be that person, please.
So let's talk about supporting you. You said one thing about helping out, needing people in each state. So there's some people that's going to be able to donate, financially, and there's other people that need there to be supporting mentors and stuff. So let's separate those two. What are you talking about when you need people in each state?
So what I need is other people to do what I do in getting the information out, in getting people who are in need in touch with me and with the organization. really it's just promotion, promotion, promotion. We just did AHR. It was great. I mean, there were a bunch of people running around with HVAC Chicks merch on, and that's what we need. We need the exposure because we aren't an organization where we take monetary donations. We don't need it. Everything that we have to offer is donated to us. So we don't have to raise money or do any of these things. All we need is exposure. We just need someone to plaster it everywhere so that every single woman, youth, person in the trades that might need some help will know where to go.
So in short, everybody that's watching right now, just start spreading it. Put a Facebook post, put an Instagram post, go and just reshare one of Jennifer's posts. I mean, let's get the information. Let's help people because that's what you're all about. That's the whole thing I'm here. I'm trying to help people. I love this trade and I love helping people. And so like we're on the same mission of being able to help people. So yeah, let's get the word out there.
Absolutely.
All right. So when you started this, you ever think it was going to be, this big?
God, no. I started the promotion aspect of it. I started because SkillCat reached out to me as their women's ambassador and asked me to do a trial run of their TikTok page. And so I was doing that for a while, just trying to figure out how to run a TikTok, and boom, like I got so much support when I started this coalition. I mean, I had support from manufacturers. Sporlan immediately sent me shirts to wear in my videos. I mean, there's so many great people in this trade, and people don't know about that. And I didn't know about that. So I never expected that it would service all of Maine, let alone the entire country.
And I imagine that it could definitely spread farther than that. You have people from Brazil here watching right now. Can I put a link to follow? I don't know how to do that. It's my very first live. I don't have the links on me, but just do a quick Google search and it'll pop up. I'm sure whatever platform you like, just do a search and you're going to find access to her. And she's always helping people. One thing that's also, I got to say, is you have tough skin. Like TikTok can be absolutely brutal. It's the most brutal of all the platforms. You can say something nice to somebody and you'll have 20 people on bashing you for saying something nice. Like I get offended and I don't get offended too easy, but you take it in the cheek and just keep on going. You turn everything positive. And I got to say, I am in such admiration of that. I don't know how you do that. And you catch like so much negativity and you just spin it. I think that's awesome.
So,
we need more people to
I had
do
to
that.
fight to be there. I had to fight to earn my spot, just like any other. I mean, think about it. If you've got a helper riding in your truck, how many times are you going to tell them to catch the sparks because we recycle them? I mean, I had to deal with that too. So I'm not immune to it. And I think that it's really hard to bully me. I'm just one of those people that's really hard to bully.
That's good. And so it's also another thing is being an engineer and a service technician, because engineers and service techs, they always fight each other. Well, if you'd read the instructions, well, if you would make it easier to work on. So you have a unique perspective on being on both sides of that. I think that's absolutely unique as well. There's so many things that make you a unicorn.
Yeah. I did that on purpose. I'm actually, my official title is a field service engineer. So the disconnect between service tech and engineer and installer and service tech is a lot of the issue in our trade, which is why these jobs end up taking 2 weeks longer than they need to, right? So we bill it out for so long, but you don't have these people talking to each other. So I'm out there. So it's also my company. So I'm in the field. I'm, doing the design portion of it. I'm coming back. I'm making the plans. I'm then doing the installation with my guys. And then I'm servicing that equipment after, and I'm making sure that other people, especially my guys, can service that equipment easily. I mean, this is what really needs to happen in this trade. We need to stop with this disconnect between all the different portions of our trade. It's one thing to call a Sparky. It's another thing to be hating on the guys that are in your own trade that you need.
Yeah, there is, there's that whole macho thing of like, oh, I got to be better than somebody else. And I've found when I started teaching, I had to, let a lot of these things go, and it's okay to be wrong. It's okay to make a mistake. It's okay. Like we learn from our mistakes. So now I'm a lot more open with my mistakes, as well as I should have had your links ready. That's a mistake, I've learned right now. So I know next time. So yeah, learning from our mistakes. And being on the manufacturer side and actually working with engineers, I got to see a whole nother side of stuff. I used to be one of the people that blamed engineers. And after working with some of the manufacturers and speaking with the engineers and every little detail, like this piece of metal can handle this amount of pressure and this amount of tension and this expansion and contraction and this weight and this shipping, I was blown away. Now I still think they need to be actually going to the field and seeing the field side. But I really do also think a lot of technicians should read the installation manual first. And then also looking at the engineer side and think, it's not a dumb engineer. They just haven't seen it all of the other aspects, and their whole job isn't to make your life easier. Their job is to get this product done for their boss. And so
Right.
it definitely helped me a lot.
But they also, I think too, it's easy for us not to think of that, but it's also easy for us to only focus on our job and not to think of the other people in this trade. And that's how we need to be thinking. We need to be thinking, who is going to be servicing this for the next 10 years? Or is what I'm engineering right now, what I'm designing, going to make it so this system only lasts 5? So, I mean, there is always the dumb engineer and the dumb installer and the dumb service tech. I mean, we all make mistakes, but we've got to try to work together. And yeah, I think every single engineer should have to service equipment. And I think every service tech should have to try to design that. I mean, with these new programs coming out like CoolCalc and RightSoft, I mean, we can all be working a little bit better together.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. That is so true. Even in some of the bigger jobs that I've done, I would always go and bring the electricians donuts, because if you get on the electrician's good side, the whole job goes easier. So like, hey, whatever it takes, never upset an electrician. That was my general rule. Like, no matter what they do, never upset an electrician.
Yeah, because I mean, when your disconnect can't go to the panel, you got a problem.
That's right. So what advice would you have for somebody new coming into the trade?
So the first advice is reach out to HVAC Chicks. I guess for me, being on the influencer side as well, there are so many people like Ty, and there are so many people like me who are here to help you. That's our job, is to, that we've made for ourselves, is to get you the information that you need so that you can do well in your career. And we're not here battling each other for that spot. There are many of us. There are hundreds of HVAC influencers. Most of them are easy to contact. Most of them can always offer help or point you in the direction of somebody who can. Utilize that. Utilize the internet. Man, we live in such a technological age, and this is the best time to be an HVAC tech, to be any type of tradesman. So utilize the people that are online, YouTube, HVAC school. I mean, there is so much. Skillcat. Skillcat is the best app in the world because everything's free. All the training's at the palm of your hand. It's on the site with you. You don't have to ask anyone. You don't have to feel stupid. You just look it up and boom, there you are. Read your manuals. Always read your manuals. I cannot tell you how many manuals I have taken home to read, because it just drives me crazy when people don't read the manual. The first thing that I tell my trainees is, okay, you're working on the system. Where's your manual? That's the first thing I will say. So when Ty asks me what my best advice is, read the manual. It will always be it. But yeah, reach out to us. Look at your different areas. Your trade unions will always have super cheap or free training. You'll always have access to people in your state alone. I mean, you don't have to reach out and do remote if you don't want to. You'll always have people that are right there that are willing to help you. So utilize the people that are willing. Don't get too proud, and just work on your career. Have that be your main focus.
And another thing I want to add, it's okay to disagree. It is absolutely,
Oh, yeah.
I know people think that everybody has to be right in one way, but be open to have a conversation. And if somebody gets mad to responding to them, don't try not to argue with them. I get hung up in it. Everybody does, but hey, they want to argue or be right, then let them be right. But having a conversation and being wrong, oh man, I learn more from being wrong than I learned from being around people that say that I'm right. When I'm talking with somebody, I have to go either prove that I'm right or I end up proving myself wrong. And that's a great way to grow, because once you find out that you're wrong about something, you will never forget it. Like it's there forever. So it's okay to be wrong. It's okay to disagree. And a lot of things is somebody can do something different in another part of the country, and codes can be different in other parts of the country. So now that we're in this world community, we shouldn't be fighting against each other. We should be building each other up and helping each other out, because there's nobody taking our jobs. We need to be helping the next generation coming in and our fellow people coming in, because this trade has room for all of us.
Absolutely. And you'll always find those people who don't want to help you because they don't want you to infiltrate, especially women. We deal with that a lot from the old timers in the trade who would rather die than teach us anything. But if you are faced with a situation like that, don't let that be the discouraging factor. There's always going to be somebody else who is willing. So just keep moving on. Don't let anything make you quit. That's my biggest advice. This is a hard job. It's mentally taxing. It's awful for the most part. And when you get home at night, you will never feel as rewarded as you will in HVAC. So remember that part of it.
I agree with that. Is anybody in the audience, you guys have any questions, anything you want to add? If you want to ask Jennifer right here live, or you can always reach out to her later. And Jennifer, is there anything else you want to talk about? Anything, any stories, any Fun
No,
stuff?
I think that's it. I really just wanted to use your clout to get this awesome program out there. I want every single person to have access to training for free. I mean, our training never ends. We're always learning. You're learning every day in this job, whether you know everything or not, whether you think you know everything or not. You're always learning something. I do personalized lesson plans on all different topics. I have people that reach out to me about reefer, or like right now I'm teaching somebody manual J. I mean, there's so many different things that just because you know your entire field doesn't mean you don't want to know about any other part of it. And you don't want to have to pay to get that information. So reach out to me so I can get you that for free. Please. That's the only thing that I wanted to press on this.
Awesome. Awesome here helping people out. And I don't think you could ever learn all this trade. Like I'm constantly trying to learn, and it's even if I can learn everything right now, which is just not possible, it's changing every 5 minutes. Like there's something new coming out. AHR this year I didn't get to go, and I know
Me
that your
either.
husband got to go. And we'll be there next year. But it was like there was so much new stuff coming out. There was even a company now that's remanufacturing old compressors, and I was like what? Like I didn't, we're talking hermetics, not
Yeah.
not semi-hermetics, which they could always do. So there's just constantly new stuff coming out all the time from Belize and Central America. That's awesome. We got people from all over the world here.
Awesome.
That's
Hi,
very
guys.
cool.
I can definitely offer you training too. It won't work towards any of your licensing, but I can get you the information. So don't hesitate to reach out if that's what you're looking for.
Fantastic. So go follow her on all the platforms. Jennifer, you got anything else you want to add to the audience?
That's it. Just thank you to you, Ty.
Oh no, I love what you're doing. I'm here just to help people. I devote all this time to helping people. I love this trade. I mean, obviously, it's when everything was taken away from me. When all of life is just crashing down, and you have everything taken away, nobody can take away the skill. Nobody
Yeah.
can take away the knowledge. And so I was able to start over with
Yep.
nothing and then regrow my life. And I was able to then travel the world because of these HVAC skills. And I've had students before that they didn't like HVAC, which is shocking to me because I love this stuff,
Me
but they
too.
used it as a level to get to where they wanted to be, whether it was a music or movies or acting
Yeah.
or all these other things. And it's a skill nobody can take away. You always have something to fall back on. So
Right.
and if you got part of the trade you don't like, there's something else to do. There's refrigeration in supermarkets and boilers. Like I've worked on very few boilers. There's so much to do in this trade. So, there's
Yeah.
if you get bored where you're at, learn something new. Challenge yourself to keep growing.
Exactly. And that's what I'm always pushing too. Just because, you went to school, you got your license, you're now doing refrigeration, doesn't mean that you don't want to work on hydronics someday. Maybe you live in the South and you don't do hydronics, but you really want to learn about it. Reach out to us, man. We have no problem with people that just want to learn. We love that. Please do.
That's great. And so somebody's saying that they're trying to sign up. I don't know about SkillCat. I have my own app that I didn't have any trouble signing up, but you may have to verify through an email first. Oh,
Yeah,
look
you
at
can
there
reach
from
out to me too, and I
Trinidad.
can help with that. Oh, hey,
Yes.
Trinidad. Yeah, I can help with SkillCat. I do work there, and I can help with just about any SkillCat issue. So just send me a message, add me on Facebook or TikTok. You can send me an email at jennifer@skillcatapp.com. I'm always right here to help.
Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Jennifer, I thank you so much for coming in and talking with us today.
Thank
I love
you.
what you're doing. Support you any chance I get. And I'm hoping that everybody comes out and starts following you and let's grow the trade that we love so much as we're all working together.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Ty.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You
Everybody that's
too.
watching, have a great
Hi,
day.
guys.
Let's see, how do I stop? Oh, here, in broadcast. First time. Hang with me.